please keep that back of your mind. No go they do like say, bro, anything if happen. If my man have bestie that is woman before he meets me, I don't want to hear about it. I sat down here to record this YouTube video like 1 hour ago. Everything just be working against them, not me. Not me. Anyway, this hair is about 2 weeks old. About that, and I'm getting ready to take it down. But I decided that this time around when I'm taking it down, there's something that has been on my mind to talk about. And I would very much like to talk about it. And from the title, you would already be able to tell that I'm talking about boundaries with male-female relationships, friendships particularly. And what inspired this, I've been wanting to talk about it anyway, but I watched Tolu Lokpe's Solutions video with her husband on certain things that happened during their courtship, and she mentioned something about a friend, and they said, oh, she's going to probably sit down with her husband and do a video on boundaries, with female friends of guys who are dating. And I said, this is something like what I've been wanting to talk about. So I figured now is the time of salvation. Anyway, so let's talk about boundaries, yeah? I think that one of the biggest issues is when you're dating somebody, or rather when you're friends with somebody who is a guy, and then maybe the person now starts dating. The closeness that you had, you still want to keep it going when the person is already dating. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying, but let me give an example. I have a friend who we used to be like very, very close, and then he started dating. And I remember that the day he told me he started dating, I just, of course, normal, I'm in a relationship now, oh, soft. I don't know why, but there was an understanding in my heart automatically that there are certain things I cannot call this person to help me out with. So, for example, now, if I was in trouble at that time in school, the first person I would think of calling was this person. But courtesy demands that this person is already in a relationship and you take a step back. So I remember that some months after, maybe I overdid it anyway, some months after, we then now started having like a conversation about how, Esther, I feel like you just ghosted on me the moment I told you I was in a relationship. And I tried to tell him that if he were to tell his woman that Esther ghosted on me because I was in a relationship, and she would have a conversation with me, I feel like she would even respect me more, if you know what I'm talking about. Because as women, we know that that is an issue. If you meet a guy who has like female friends that are very close to him, some of those women never know that it's time to take a step back. And the truth is that you can say, oh, I don't have any bad intention, it's just I'm very close to this person. But common sense should tell you some things, if you get what I'm saying. No matter how close, unless if while you were close to the person, you were already like looking to date the person or something, but you were like shy about it, keeping quiet and waiting. Maybe not shy. As a lady, you probably didn't want to make the first move because I feel you. And so you didn't make the first move, and so he eventually now starts dating. And you're like, well, you're already my own friend. I'm not going to deep down. It's because I thought this person would date me. If that is the reason, sometimes you're bound not to see the lines, because in your head you're already like you already even been dating the person in your mind self without telling the person. At the end of the day, there are lines that cannot be crossed. So if your guy comes and says, hey, I'm already dating somebody, courtesy demands that you take a step back. That step back is not to say, I'm not more your friend, it's to say, let me reevaluate where we were as friends. And this happens a lot to people who have close friends of the opposite sex. So this applies for men who have close female friends as well. I'm looking at the screen a lot because I look pretty, so you know what I'm saying. Anyway, like I was saying, so men who have close female friends who, the female friend now comes and says, oh, I'm already dating, and then the guy refuses to understand boundaries, still calling her at odd hours like he used to. He's still, do you get my point? So that's one part of it. Another part of it is, let's even talk about those people who have male besties or female besties, as the case may be, and are in relationships. I don't know how people do it though. I'm just putting the disclaimer out there. If my man have bestie that is woman before he meets me, I don't want to hear about it. Like, it's not even a thing that I'm not okay with it. Let me just even say it point blank. Some people are okay with it and they know how to navigate that friendship. Me, sincerely, to be honest with you, I never advise it because I've never seen it work out for anybody. But if you a man and you've already always had a female best friend, Guys, you're the one that know how you've been doing it now. If you can keep it going, so bad. If you are a man and you have a female best friend, or you're a woman and you have a male best friend, how do you navigate that kind of relationship when you want to start dating? I'm not talking for married people now because I don't know how marriage is like. I've never been there. Dating, I have tried, so I can say something about that. But what do you do as a man who has a female best friend, or as a woman who has a male best friend? How do you navigate that? How do you bring in a relationship? How do you date somebody, in the midst of all of this? It's just a thing I really like to know, because I don't know. You can drop in the comment section how it works for you and how you have been able to maneuver that. But to be honest with you, if I were to ever advise a person on whether or not to consider that mix, I would say never to try it, because it can go horribly wrong, or it can be right. But just the fact that it can go horribly wrong, bro, there's a lot of random talk I'm doing. But try and stay with me. Hopefully I'll end it at some point. But of course, the main thing that made me start this video, because for that best friend while trying to date, is not a thing I'm familiar with, so I can't talk about that. But the main reason is what I was saying before, about how when you have a friend, a guy or a girl who starts dating, there's some boundaries that you cannot cross. And I feel like if you have a friend who starts dating, if you really care about that friend, there's some lines that deep down you should not be crossing, right? Somebody that used to be your friend, or that is your friend, is now dating. You're not hanging out with the person and the person's girlfriend and the person's girlfriend. You're not giving inside jokes that that is only you and the person that can get. What are you trying to do? Who are you trying to make feel bad? Because no matter how you say, oh, she should be secure in herself. I mean, if she's feeling somehow, she's insecure, you will not like it to be done to you. So, like, why are you doing it to somebody else? Do you get me? And I don't know. I'm just grateful this is not something that's ever happened to me, particularly, right? So, because I don't know how I would handle it. But I have seen it happen to people around me. And if the girlfriend is there, why are you making inside jokes? It is true, especially for those that are childhood friends and have come a long way. It is true that there will be jokes that the girlfriend may never understand. But if you keep doing it time and time again, every time you hang out is when you have one joke or the other that happened when two of you were 5 and used to roll tire. Like, it's not, but you don't need to be saying that. At least there are just some lines that you cannot cross, because it will be insulting to the people in the relationship, and also speak bad about your kind of friendship and how you feel about your friendship. Because if you care about somebody, you want their relationship to work now, Abby. I don't want anybody to come for me and say that, oh, so am I saying that if you're friends with somebody and you automatically start dating, so that person you're friends with should automatically go because you now have one boo or one B? That's not what I mean by boundaries, right? What I'm saying is that if you're dating somebody, and in fact, I'm not even talking from the perspective of if you're dating somebody, because that's up to you. I'm talking about if you have a friend who is now dating, and you're just like, so what should happen? Should I not be this person's friend anymore? Should I have a place in this person's life? Should I not still have my place in this person's life? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you should know that once a person starts dating, especially as Christians, I keep going back to that, we're dating because we hope to marry whoever we're dating. Yeah, it's for marriage. It's a long-term commitment. They can't build a long-term commitment if you are always a middle person. You get what I'm saying? So there are certain things you cannot allow. For example, if your friend that is a guy brings his problems from his relationship to you, there are certain things you must not say while giving advice. There are just certain things you must not say. And if you don't have the words to say, better not to say anything at all. There are certain things you must not allow him open up to you about without telling his woman first. If you are a man in this situation, there are certain things you must not say to her. There are certain things you must not allow her open up to you about without opening up to a man first. And these are just things that I think we should keep in mind if we care about the people that we are friends with. Once they start dating, there are just certain things, certain lines we must draw. Now, you as a person, you will now start dating. I'm not saying throw away your friends. That's impossible. We need friends in this life. Please keep that back of your mind. No go they do like say, anything if it happen. No. Nobody's hoping to start a relationship that will go sideways, but it can happen, right? So don't go and say, my friends, get out. I don't need you guys. I'm dating now. Okay, I'm good. I'm in the relationship status. You're single. I'm not saying throw away your friends. I'm saying that there are certain lines that you must also be aware of. There are certain troubles you cannot take to your friend before you take to your man, especially issues that are happening in your relationship. Because you cannot automatically be a person who tells people everything happening in your relationship. My man, do you know? And then you think that when you get married, it will change. It will automatically, you will know how to keep your mouth shut. You know how to keep your family secret inside your family. It's a lie, my dear. It used to happen like that. So it's just practice, yeah. So there's certain things that you will not be able to tell them. Carry your relationship like it is jewel, like it is important, like it is diamond, and treat it as such. And if you are the friend who is still single while your friend is already dating, be happy for them, encourage their relationship to grow, and try not to be the agent of destruction. You understand what I'm saying? Respect people's boundaries, and don't go and be saying things like, do you know your boo? There was a time when we were young where unless you have built such a relationship with the girl and it has grown. And be careful of your tone. Also check your intention, because when you think that I'm just saying it, if your intention really is to hurt the person, your tone will show that, right? And the person will sense it. Or may the Lord be with us all and guide us with boundaries. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like, and share and comment in this comment section below, and send to that your friend that you have been trying to tell something to of you now 1 or year. Send it, say Estambabi has said this thing and I think you need to hear it. Bye.